They're giving you part of the conversation and not the entirety of the conversation, and you're going out there in the market in a self-righteous way, telling your neighbor what they should do with their body. Here's a booby trap, and I hope this doesn't happen to you, whoever you are. But if you go out there trying to pressure your neighbor into taking some vaccine that they don't believe they need, they would not have taken it if it weren't for your societal pressure. I'd hate for them to fall ill as a result of that vaccination shot that you pressured them into, manipulated them into getting. How's that going to feel on you? How about just not open yourself up to that liability? Be it legal liability or be it emotional, spiritual, energetic liability. It's a fucking liability. Quit telling others how to live by your estimations. Let people do them. You do you. Live by your choices. If you think that it is best for you to get the vaccine, get the fucking vaccine. Nobody gives a shit. I don't. I don't think anybody's wrong for getting the vaccine. I wish you wouldn't think I was wrong for not.
Good morning. Okay, well, here is exactly why I didn't want to join the conversation and get involved in any of this stuff. I'm spending too much time on it right now as it is. So check this out. I did a 17-minute rant yesterday. And I posted it to YouTube. And I was talking about controversial topics, and I was in rare form. I probably should think this out before I offer any response thing, and I'm not offering a response thing. I'm really just pointing out, I did a 1-minute clip, which I will play that 1-minute clip before this. So supposing now that I'm putting all this through iMovie, I'm putting that much more effort into it. This is the problem. It is 8:46 a.m. on a weekday, and I should be reading my personal development stuff and doing my morning routine. And right about now, I should be getting to my desk, but no, I'm spending time on this silly stuff. So anyway, I did a 1-minute video, which you've just seen before you're seeing this, because I'm putting this through iMovie now. The 1-minute video was removed. If you can see right here, removed. It didn't last 24 hours, by the way. So that's you screenshot 1, screenshot 2. Your content was removed due to violation of our community guidelines. Because it's your first time, this is just a warning. If it happens again, and I know I did a lot of finger wagging, by the way, in that 17-minute rant video, which I will link below this here. It's on my blog right now. You're not welcome here. What did I know? No healing for you. That's what I called it. No emotional healing for you. So it's on shortydoeslife.com. And on the blog, it's called No Healing for You. It's the original 17-minute unedited full on, which right now is a YouTube link, which is funny, by the way. This 1-minute clip that got deleted from YouTube that didn't last 24 hours with YouTube, it's 1 minute out of the 17 minutes that's still on YouTube right now. And I said a whole lot more things in the 17-minute video, obviously, than I did in the 1-minute clip of it. 1-minute clip got seen, though. Somehow somebody paid attention to that one. Like, ooh, I don't like that. That's a dangerous conversation. This guy's pointing out something that's not an acceptable thing to be pointed out. Anyway, there's no steering of the conversation. We can't have a conversation. Not on certain platforms. No. Anyway. If it happens again, your channel channel will get a strike, and you won't be able to do things like, do things in society, like upload, talk, join the conversation, post, join the conversation, talk, speak, or live stream for a week. All right, so that's number 2. My appeal. So it says here, and I wish I had gotten a better screenshot because this is scrolled a little bit, but to ensure I had broken their guidelines. The guideline I had broken was medical misinformation. Now, if you watch the beginning of this video, that 1 minute, 4-second video that is supposedly has medical misinformation in it, which YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious. I'm still just waking up. First cup of coffee. Egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation about currently administered vaccines that are approved and confirmed to be safe and effective by local health authorities and by the World Health, the World Health Organization. They're confirmed to be safe 100% across the board, with no exception, with no other conversation worthy of having around that conversation. Nothing else should be said. Don't think this is safe for everybody. Nothing ever bad happens in any way, shape, or form by taking some of these things. Is that what you're saying? I am not the one to have a conversation about medical stuff in any way, shape, or form, but to act like nothing has ever happened. No one has ever gotten something as simple as a blood clot. It's never happened to any single human ever as a result of taking some of these shots. Is that what you're saying? I'm not the one that I'm literally doing my best to stay out of the conversation and not pay attention to any of this stuff. I'm not watching the news since July. I went to Rhythmia in July. I come back from that. It is December right now. I don't pay attention to the news. Sincerely, I unsubscribe to a whole bunch of news channels. I don't watch the news daily by any stretch, not even close. I will, of course, catch headlines and stuff. I'm vaguely aware of what's going on in the world anymore because you just can't help it. But even so I'm not, the point of that is I'm not the one to make the arguments. I don't know the next page chapter, I don't know the latest stories. I don't know all the details. I'm not maintaining any of this. I'm not the one to debate. I don't have the content. I don't have the details to debate. So I'm speaking in broad strokes. So my question here was right here, would it be too much to ask what medical misinformation did I spread in this 1 minute video? Are we saying that 0 humans have fallen ill or worse from the vaccines? And you had to scroll down a little bit, so I didn't get in the screenshot. And this is just an image. Is that what we're saying then? Because all I was saying was, it's a 1 minute videos at the beginning of this. All I was saying was, man, just know your lane. I know that I don't know enough about medical, the body, the medicines, all the things that are being administered. I don't even want to say the V word, like whatever. And this is going on Rumble, by the way, because apparently YouTube doesn't. I'm concerned. This is a thing too, man. Look, I'm agitated because my YouTube channel, how old is my channel? How many videos do I have on my channel? Oh, my video is gone. So let's see here. I don't want to go to studio. So I've got 105 subscribers, which isn't a lot, whatever. My channel, let me go to about 2008. I've got 9,400 views. I mean, does it tell me how many videos? No, I got a lot of videos and stuff on here, right? I mean, this has been my channel since 2008. It's my personal blog. I mean, I've just got a lot of my memories in my life is on this channel. Look, here's my grandpa's funeral. You know what I mean? Like, it just by willing to even be in the conversation and put my 2-cent opinion on the table, which I was not giving anybody medical advice. I was simply pointing out to my neighbor that, hey, look, I wish more of us, I would suggest you would be well served. Let me point a flashlight on some liability so that you are exposing yourself to by doing the devil's bidding. I don't want to say it that way. I feel like There's a lot of armchair quarterbacks is another way of saying it, right? Like, hey, just recognize that you don't have all the information. If you're going out there saying, trust the science, these things are safe, and you're manipulating someone, your neighbor, and I'm using the term your neighbor into taking a shot that they wouldn't have otherwise taken if it weren't for your coercion, which, hey, look, we shouldn't act like nobody, like zero chance. And you're not offering the full conversation. And we can't even, like, what information? So are we saying 0 humans are falling ill or worse from the vaccines? That was my thing. So this is 3. Let's see. 4. Oh, and then it was just submitted. And this is what I'd said. So let me pull back up my blog post, my original blog post. I'm just gonna go. I said, be careful playing doctor to your neighbors. Doctors went to school for years before they started giving health advice, and they still have insurance for that kind of thing. I don't think the Uber driver who convinced his neighbor, and this is a generic person, this is not a story that I was thinking of because I'm not watching the stories anyways. Not that these kind of stories would be told in the mainstream media anyway. I don't think that the Uber driver who convinced his neighbor to take a shot would be liable in a legal way, but energetically, spiritually, I wouldn't want that blood on my hands. I wouldn't want to manipulate someone and finger wag at them to do what I thought that they should do with their body, and then something happened to them out of my negligence. If you don't recognize that you can be negligent like that and that you're not the expert here, I mean, you drive Uber, bro. You're not a fucking scientist. Why are you talking like you're a subject matter expert? You went to YouTube University? You listen to the mainstream media? So I'll just stay in my lane and not tell my neighbor what he should do with his body. How about that? In that 1-minute video got taken down. If that's not a suppression of conversation, if that's not, I mean, I wasn't giving any medical information. I gave no medical information. It was removed because of egregious harm. I could have caused egregious harm. That's not an overstepping of boundaries. Me acting like I'm an expert, telling you what you should do with your body. Oh, and the finger wagging thing. I do think that's funny. I saw that in the video. So my thing is, there's a lot of self-righteous people coming at me because society makes them okay, and they feel like they're in the righteous camp, right? Of this is what everybody agrees we should do. Why can't you just fall in line? And it's from a fear base. You're so scared that I'm going to hurt you in some way by spreading something, or just because I'm willing to think for myself, really. But maybe that's not a conversation you're really having consciously. So consciously, you think that I'm challenging you because I might spread something around that you can't spread. And again, you can spread it. You can be fully vaxxed and you can spread this thing around. I don't know why you're acting like I didn't take it for you. I didn't take it for me. I took it for you. You're killing grandma by not getting these preventative measures that I think you should get, and ingesting this thing into your body that I think you should do. You're acting like you can't spread it around too. That's not accurate. Okay, maybe you can limit your window because you'll overcome it quicker. So you'll limit your, but this is all still unknowns. You're still walking around with it. You're still not knowing that you're walking around with it in the world. So, okay, maybe there isn't, and I'm not saying that this is a real thing. So, because this is the best argument that I've heard, right? Is, yeah, but if you get fully vaxxed, which by the way, that line keeps moving, you get booster after booster after booster after, where does it end? If you are today's best version of fully vaxxed, You can still contract it at the grocery store and then move it around by the time you get to the gas station, leave it on the gas pump. Then the next, your neighbor comes behind you, picks up that gas pump, right? Even being fully vaxxed. Now, because there's these incubation periods and these periods of blah, blah, blah. Now, while there is maybe supposedly, I don't know, a chance that you may do that less, you have a smaller window, because if you do get the thing, the flu, then you'll overcome the flu quicker. I don't know if that's true or not. The reality of it is you can move that thing around. You can transmit it to my grandma just as easily as I can transmit it to your grandma. Oh, the finger wagging thing. It wasn't lost on me as I was uploading that video that I was wagging my finger a lot. I am coming from, first of all, I think I don't really wag my finger in life like that kind of a thing. Generally, I don't think. I'm not saying never have I ever, but I was wagging my finger, making fun of the finger waggers, and that got me wagging my finger. And I'm Italian, so cut me some slack. What the finger wagging thing is less about finger wagging as much as it is the self-righteous energy of, I think you should live by my estimations. I think you should, your my health, my body, my conversation about what I ingest into my body. You weren't invited in that conversation. That's a conversation between myself and my trusted advisors that I consult their opinion of, like a doctor and whatnot. You're not my doctor. I didn't ask for your opinion. I wish you weren't trying to manipulate me into treating my body in the way that you've decided to treat yours. My energy is not coming from trying to tell you what you should do. My energy is coming from, hey, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Quit looking down your nose at me with your self-righteous attitude and telling me I'm a horrible human because I don't agree with your health estimations and opinions. And I wish you would understand that you're coming from a place of fear. Oh, and I said in the thing too, I said something about in that 17-minute video about how I probably should have watched the video and written notes down to go back points of clarity, but I'm not trying to put this much energy into it. But I did say something about I'm not scared of the vaccine per se. I'm not scared of the vaccine at all. I want to clarify. And I said supposedly it'll help you, if you should contract it, supposedly, theoretically. I said that because I'm not making any claims. I'm not trying to make any claims about what is or is not in these medical scenarios. I don't know. I know that's how that supposedly that's what they do. And I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying there's plenty of data, plenty of science to support the fact that if grandma got the COVID and grandma was fully vaxxed, that she has a better chance of surviving the COVID and getting over it quicker. That is awesome. That is probably 100% true in many, many cases. And there's probably much data to make that argument. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I'm acknowledging that I'm not paying attention enough to just make claims. That's my whole thing. I'm not making claims. I have seen and understood and believed to be true that because I don't know, I'm not going to point to articles and whatnot. Do your own research. You don't look at Epic Times. Facts Matter with Epic Times is currently still on YouTube for now, at least. I mean, that 1-minute video of me just simply saying, hey, be careful. You're open to liability here, energetic liability, spiritual liability, by manipulating others and coercing people into doing something with their body that they wouldn't have otherwise done without the conversation that you had with them. You are opening yourself up to potentially a world of guilt. Because if that were to happen, that horrible scenario that I'm just saying is a potentiality, you would have an aha moment. You would see the error in your way. You would see that you were speaking from a place of ignorance, meaning if you ignore the fact that some people have problems from these preventative measures, and they were otherwise a healthy human that didn't at least feel like they needed to take it until you came along and convinced them that they needed to take it. So that perfectly fine, healthy human went and took something, ingested it into their body, and then they fell ill or died. I just wouldn't want that blood on my hands. And that was all I was saying. Just recognize that you're not, realize that the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. Realize that you don't know more than you do know, and you don't even know how much you don't know. It's true for all of us. I'm not, man, I'm gonna quit waxing on here. Holler at my boy, Dan. Dan the man. Hey, brother. I'm good, man. How are you doing?